I live in Pacifica, California, a humble little coastal town just south of San Francisco. In my neighborhood, there stands a pier, and it has seen better days. In December 2020, the Bay Area was hammered by king tides.
Look at that. Tops of waves are hitting the top of the pier. Unreal.
Massive waves relentlessly beat the pier for many days in a row, resulting in severe damage to the front concrete railing. The pier was closed for the second time in the last 12 months, the first being due to COVID. Yet this time, rumors started to spread that it may never open again. The gates were locked for 4 long months. Only the birds were able to enjoy this iconic structure. April 2021, the Reverend Herschel Harkins Memorial Pier reopened.
What lives down there comes home. The pier reopened yesterday, April 2nd. Today's the 3rd, Saturday.
Fishermen flocked down to Pacifica from all over the greater Bay Area and beyond to catch crab and striper. And I was right behind them with my camera. It had been 9 months since I released the first episode of What Lives Down There. As I did my thing that day, dropping every camera at my disposal over the sides, I was blown away to meet so many people that had watched the videos.
Yeah, guest appearance by Crabzilla. We got
What's
Joe.
up, brother? I watch Aaron's videos, man. Man, you learn a lot off this guy's video. I'm like taking a look at different kind of species, like the sticklebacks, and I'm always wondering what's underneath these like creeks and stuff. I never knew there was actually fish in there. You know, this guy actually showed it out, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, bro.
Whoa, that's the best.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, you the camera in it?
Yeah.
Down the water?
Yep.
Oh, so you're the dude that does what's underneath the pier?
Yeah, what lives down there?
What lives down there? Yeah, I watch
Yeah.
this stuff. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Cool.
Old school camera. I have a big ass old school one before. Yeah, no, I got a new one now. Hopefully I got something good today.
Yeah,
A bunch of different cameras, both sides.
that's awesome, man. Yeah, right on.
Hell yeah.
I'll make sure to check it out. Now, I watched a few of them, a few of your last videos.
Nice, hell yeah.
I'm always curious what's down there, you know what I mean? So it's perfect. Cool, man. Yeah, nice to meet you, brother.
Right on, man. Good
Yeah,
talking
take
to
care.
you.
Yeah,
See ya.
have a good one. Ciao, man.
Thanks. Oh, anything good today? I don't know. I hope so.
You must be excited. The pier's open around the skier.
As soon as I hear what's up, Daniel.
Equally as cool was just how many people took an interest in what I was doing, asking lots of questions about
What lives down there? That's the name of my YouTube channel.
When we get home, we look for it.
There you go. Yeah. How are you? No, I'm just trying to get footage of stuff. Yeah.
From the YouTube?
Yeah.
What's
Channel?
yeah?
What lives down there?
What lives down there?
Where is this channel?
YouTube.
What lives down there? Okay.
What lives down there?
All right, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Shoot the shit with a lot of really nice people. Just about what I'm doing and about the pier, and you know, everyone's got a really cool story about the pier that they like to share. I don't get all that on camera, obviously, because I just don't have cameras on the whole time.
the Pacifica Municipal Pier holds a special place in the hearts of many Californians. And the mysterious and turbulent waters below it seem to fascinate everyone who strolls out on this nearly 50-year-old structure.
They actually kind of stand up like a little skeleton. They wave their arms. If you go diving a lot in like under harbors and
wharfs and docks and stuff, kind of gross places. Around here, you'll be covered in these guys. Oh, there he goes. Gonna stretch out. Anyways, skeleton shrimp. Later. I got home that day to watch several hours of sand blasting against my camera with barely a shiner in sight. The usual violent conditions under the surface were not cooperating. Constant open ocean surge, a sandy bottom, dark deep water, and potential snags make shooting under the pier my greatest challenge. I have been skunked here recently more times than I care to admit. After so many successful initial episodes collecting footage of interesting aquatic wildlife, it now seemed like I was getting skunked everywhere I went. While visiting some family in San Miguel, I got out and explored the dried creek beds that cut through the surrounding rolling hills and vineyards, and ended up under a bridge at the end of what was supposed to be the Salinas River. Instead, I found puddles, which produced nothing more than mayfly larvae. Interesting, but not enough for an episode. I caught one. While passing through Sacramento, I shot at the American River near Nimbus Dam. The swift current that day was more than happy to roll my rig across the bottom. And, unknowingly, I managed to film all the topside footage in time-lapse mode. Needless to say, none of it was usable. Much closer to home, I even attempted to explore Lake Merced in San Francisco. It was the equivalent of dropping a camera into a green tea milkshake, though I did confirm the rumored existence of a healthy mysis shrimp population there. Oh, and raccoons. And a small bat that fell in the water and swam to shore. It was a weird night. What you eating? Each attempt is a learning experience and adventure. How's that bobcat taste? But the Pacifica Pier continues to elude me.
Sorry, I know you're filming this.
No, it's all good. You're just adding to the authentic nature of it. Where there is failure, there is innovation. Shot at the pier a couple days ago, and as you saw in the footage, I could barely see anything. You know, the pier's a hit or miss. It's usually a lot of miss, lots of wave activity, a lot of sand. And so when I'm dropping these small camera boxes down, even when I'm putting it in the bigger box, when that hits the bottom, it's still just getting slammed with sand constantly. Every surge back and forth sand, and it makes visibility pretty much non-existent. My solution is I'm going to take all these materials I bought at Home Depot and make something that raises the camera up. It will actually be a more proper scientific style B.R.U.V, which is a baited remote underwater video. I'm not going to bait it at first. See, I'm going to design this so it can be equipped with a bait box that will extend out in front of the camera like a proper B.R.U.V. See what I can do. Pretty stoked on this. Alright, so I am going to build off of the old original cage here that my neighbor Dave gave me. And we got a dog barking in the back. I also live next to a rock bar, which is super cool, but also very loud sometimes. That. Ta-da. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these 45 angles, put them here, I'm going to pitch them out just a little bit. So I'm going to have a long leg, this, that comes off. So I don't want to pitch it too much because I don't want it to be like that. So it's not straight out, but tilted a little bit. one more in the back here. Super cool. I want to be able to pull the legs off for transport. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add these like so. Boom. Boom. Using ABS to PVC green transition cement. It's been on the shelf for a while. Tools. Repeat the process on all four. It's time to start building my legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the feet, it's going to be the following. I have this little Y valve here. I want to have that in because that's going to create a vent where water can rush in, shoot up the leg, come out here. So when this sinks, it's going to be a big bubble fest of just these purging air real quick. So it'll go slow, and then once it purges, it'll drop quicker. Should look actually really cool. I'm going to have the Y going on the inside to help prevent snags. I'm going to be dropping this in places where there's a lot of discarded and lost fishing line, crab rope, and all sorts of stuff that could snag on this. I'm trying to make this as snag free as possible. Another slip, PVC foot. So when these are kind of splayed out at an angle, I can make the feet so they're perfectly flat on the ground. Okay. I'm going to make this PVC T perpendicular with that ABS Y here, just so it looks cool, it looks right, and it gives me a kind of something to aim off of to make these perfectly flat on the ground. Okay, so my original idea for weighing this thing down would be to have quite a bit of weight in these feet. Luckily, I live right behind a bait shop. Recently reopened after the original owner, Mark, passed away. He helped me kind of brainstorm some of this stuff when I first had this idea to do this. New owner's name is Mark as well, super nice guy, and the shop looks amazing, so definitely check it out. It's on Francisco Boulevard. All right, so what I did is went over to the bait shop today, bought some 1-pound sinkers. It's just like I got at Lawson's Landing when I first made Lawson's Lander, which has now been upgraded with these scuba weights. Idea being, I'm gonna take these, put them in there. And I'm not gonna glue these. I'm just gonna shove them in like that. They should be good to go. That way I can always pull them out if I need to. What's also great about those is they have a hole in here. Water can flow through, push air out. It doesn't create any kind of weird air pockets. So I'm putting 2 balls in each. That's 2 pounds per foot. This thing just got a lot heftier. Oh, there go my lead balls. Nice and heavy. What's great about using this cage is it's very modular to my needs. I can take the L2DB, the Lawson Lander, and pop it in here, attach it with these hooks here. That would work. Even have room for the lights. Or I could take something like my old Amphibico camera housing. Simply pop it open, mount a GoPro in this instead of using the old DV Sony camera, which, you know, had its charm in episodes 1 and 2. But I can take this and mount it in here. And you may ask, why would I want to do that? I'm making this today because tomorrow I'm going to Lake Amador in Amador County, kind of near Jackson, where my mom lives. That lake is a big reservoir that has been heavily stocked with fish of all different types for years, and it's probably one of the best fishing lakes in California. It's definitely the most stocked in California, from what I believe. That lake gets really, really deep, and we're going to be going out on a boat, my cousin Ian and I. We're going to find where the fish are. We're also going to find where it gets really deep, and this will be the deepest drop I've ever done in a What Lives Down There episode. We're going to be going 100, maybe 120 feet deep. It's going to be nice and dark and weird down there. And this thing can go down to 100 meters, which is 300 feet. There's my viewfinder, pops right out the back hole. AC8 L2DB. What's this big guy gonna be called? It's the cage I originally got from Dave here. He's been a big help, and he had this just random bait trap thing here. It's what made the first rig, which I used the DV camera on and enabled, you know, episode 1 and 2. I think I'm gonna call this, after neighbor Dave, call this a DV1, aka the Dave DV1. Here it is. So if you want to see it in action, you gotta watch the next episode. And I will drop it down at the Pacifica Pier, and I'm gonna take it to Lake Amador. Thanks for watching. Let's head in that general direction.